Hello Aries, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you for coming. If you're new, I hope you enjoy the channel. Thank you for coming. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that circulates the videos to other people who may be interested at this time. So for this month, your first house is coming up as a placement for interest. So the first house is the house of the body, but it's also, so it's everything to do with you, your physical appearance, your actual physical body. It's your vitality, your life force, everything to do with that. But it's also your personality and your characteristics, how you are being received by others at this time, what you are projecting, which is very important. And that can change, depending on circumstances and your ascendant and so on, but what you are projecting at this time. But it is also very much about your self-oriented interests, and also how you are making your way in the world, what it is you are focusing on, which direction you want to take, and so on. All of that is covered by the first house. So now, with this coming in, the astrological guidance underneath is Grand Cross, Provoker. So it could be that at this time you are experiencing quite a lot of, I wouldn't say turmoil, but like a lot of pressure. And you may be feeling like you're pulled in a few different directions. But it could also be that you have a lot of talent, and you have a lot of skills, and you have a lot of abilities, and you're having to juggle all of those at this time to work on various issues. Because this card covers four very strong, hard angles which can occur in a chart. And this can bring up difficulties, almost like challenges or frustrations or pressures, but they're coming at you from different angles, and it can actually make you feel like you are doing a lot of work but standing still. So, but this other side of this card is what it does is it's almost like a fiery furnace of creation. So what it does is it actually puts you under a certain amount of pressure, and what it does is it helps you to build up a great deal of stamina, inner strength, and focus. So it really is a great honer of your energy, and will stand you in good stead as you go on, because this is like a bedrock. This will actually forge for you that inner strength, so that you can actually fall back on that going forward. It's also about consolidating your talents and your abilities, and not juggling so much, but actually consolidating, focusing, and using timing very carefully to achieve what you need to do. But it's also about priorities, so honing in on what really is important and what skills you need to bring that into being. So initially it will seem hard, and it will seem like you've got a lot coming at you at once. But once you learn to focus and actually bring those energies and consolidate them, then you will really build yourself up and be able to move forward when the momentum is there. It might not be there initially because you're busy trying to sort everything out, but once the momentum is gained, then really you will move forward with great strength. So it's building up inner strength, inner resilience, and is actually a gift in the long run. At the top we have the goddess guidance, which is Abundancia, and this is prosperity. And it says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So when you look at these three influences together, it seems to me that you that the universe is going to activate certain things at this time, whether that's prosperity or some form of abundance, which can come in a great many ways, but it's a cornucopia of something which is coming to you. So this could be a brilliant idea, it could be strength, it could be resolve, it could be some sort of resource which you require at this time. It could also just be fortitude, to get through, which is what the Grand Cross will test you on. But it can also be that, it's almost like an opening up of your abilities and your talents so that you can move forward, and you'll be able to harness a great deal from that, which will bring you the prosperity or the abundance or whatever it is that you require going forward. But it's almost like the universe is giving you this now, whether it's a gift or a reward or some kind of opportunity, some form of abundance. It could even be a windfall, which may help you in some way at this time, at this very difficult time we are all in currently. But the abundance is there, and this is coming to you, and it's got your name on it. So all you have to do is really just apply yourself, but it's to do with you, whether it's a physical regime. Maybe you are wanting to get fitter, or you have some kind of physical regime which you're needing to do at this time, or you feel you need to bring balance into your life. Or it could be an idea or some kind of motivation that you require, or some direction that you want to move in, and your whole self is focused on that at this time. This is going to help you tremendously. Then the second house of influence at this time is the 11th house. The 11th house is, yes, the house of friendships, but it is also the house of any kind of group activity that you may be involved in, or you may be sort of networking, or harnessing your contacts at this time, or building your contacts at this time. So it's about that. You may be even part of a group of companies, or in a large group, or it could be an association or a society or a club, something where you are involved in a group endeavor with others. It can be that. But this house is also about your own personal hopes and dreams and your wishes, and your hobbies and interests. So this could be very important at this time in our lives, because a lot of people are now looking for different ways to do things. They're looking for, they're falling back on perhaps interests and hobbies that they put aside in favor of a career, which is now changing. And so the career that you have had, or you were involved in, or whatever it was that you were doing before, well, we have a new beginning. We have a new scenario coming, and you're going to have to adapt that in some way. And so that covers all of that. It also covers social reform, trends, which you can track and follow if it's appropriate for you, if it's a career interest for you, or perhaps you're involved in something which tracks trends in society and in the world. It's also about global consciousness and societal consciousness. So this may be of interest for you. Maybe it's a career interest for you, and it's being able to assess all of that, and perhaps you're getting involved now in a social reform of some kind. So it has a lot of universal sort of qualities to it, this house, and it can be personal, but also external, extending out into your friendships or to your groups or whatever it is that you're involved in. So now we have, underneath we have Leo, I will, and then at the top we have Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Now, both of these cards have the lions in them, and they are both about strength and honor, and all of those aspects. So I feel when it's connected to your 11th house, it seems to me that there's a couple of scenarios here. It could be that you have a Leo type friend, or a Leo type association of some kind, or you work in a group which has a lion as its symbol, something like that. It could be to do with that. Something is coming up for you very strongly, and you need to really focus on the honor and the strength aspect of it. Whether this is you personally interacting, or it's the principles that you want to carry forward. And it can also be the managing of ego and pride and things like that. So just be careful with that. It could be that you have a Leo friend, as I said, and as this person is going through difficulties, or you are in some sort of situation with them. And, this is where your strength and your courage and your honorable abilities will be coming in. Or you could just be being a leader, because the Leo card can bring that out in you as well. It's about setting an example. It's about being that strength and that guiding light for certain people or in certain situations. So it could be that, but it could also be that in this 11th house, in some way, shape or form, you are in the limelight or in the spotlight in some way. So this could be to do with your profession. You may be in the media, or you may be in the spotlight in some way, or it could be recognition that you are getting at this time. But people are noticing you in some way. And it could be just to do with what you've been doing currently, or something that you've created, because this is a very creative sign. This sign loves to be the center of attention, but it also is very creative. You could be, sort of leaping into some kind of new avenue where you are using a great deal of your skills. You could be traveling. You could be like almost gypsy-like with what you're doing. Or it could be, as I said, that you are creating something either yourself or more than likely in association with others. But it could involve children. It could involve the stage or the arts in some way. But it's a form of notoriety, a form of spotlight on you. There's a great deal of fun involved in this, a great deal of adventure. So all of those elements come in with this card. And then, as I said, with Sekhmet, be strong. This is about leadership. This is about setting a good example, but it's also, you may be in a situation where you need to display these qualities. The signs of good quality, sort of leadership, strength, honor, and less of the pride and the ego, which may be coming in, or you may be seeing it in your environment at this time. But it's a very strong card, and it does give you strength. And it's also about building up your own your body to take pressures, and also to build up strength, inner strength, and also physical strength, in order to take, to be in a leadership role, or to be setting an example. No negativity. There's no room for negativity with this card, because you are going to be in a position where you are, people are going to be looking at you at this time. Then the third house of influence, we have, this is your third emphasis, and it is actually the third house. The third house is everything to do with communication. This is written, verbal, it can be online, it can be body language even, but it's all forms of communication. It's also messages, whether you are giving those out or receiving it at this time. It's also about rules, documents, and contracts of all kinds. And it can also be short journeys, but I feel that is not so much of an emphasis this time around. I feel it's to do with a contract or a document or communication, which you are receiving or giving at this time. The people involved in this, it can be your general communication with others, any form, any platform. It can be on a very wider network, in other words, to an audience even. But it can also be to specific people, and this can be relatives, general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings feature very strongly in the third house. It could even be neighbors, your environment, your neighborhood. The emphasis for astrological emphasis is a very strong one. It's Pluto transformation. So now this card usually governs everything to do with sex, death, and rebirth. But it's not necessarily a physical death. This is more like something falling away and being replaced by something new, or a regeneration or a renewal of something. Any sort of issues that have been hidden or under the surface, in other words, not seen, or anything underground, will start to come up with Pluto. So things come up from the depths, and this could be feelings, it could be secrets, it could be something rising to the surface which was not noticed or wasn't known about before. It could also be that you are seeing something from the past for what it is now. You thought it was better than it is. So there might be a slight disappointment there. It might be that coming in for you. But it is also about very much about transformation, endings and beginnings. So I feel because it's attached to your third house, and then at the top here you have Kuan Yin, compassion, release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. I feel what it is saying to you is that you may be receiving the message from someone or from an organization or whatever it is, which may be a bit unsettling for you. And something might come out over that. Or it could be, just as I said, creating an ending and a beginning. So this could be contractual, or it could be a communication which is ending something to make way for something new. Pluto is like that. Pluto will make way for new. It will clear the decks. It can also be like the analogy where you've got a room full of chairs. You like all the chairs, but you need to bring a new chair into that room. It's full though. So the only way you can do that is by taking a chair out, and so that you're creating space for the new one. It's something like that. It's a sort of a clearing out so that you can create space for something better and more appropriate for you at this time. So there will be a falling away and then something coming in. It may be also that you are involved in this in some way. You may be transforming something. You may have to go through a transformative process where you are passing on messages which do involve an ending or a beginning of some kind, or some kind of renewal or some kind of regeneration. As I said, it may be a little bit tricky or a little bit difficult, but focus on the transformation and the regeneration and renewal aspect of it, and look at it like that, because the compassion is required. So, as I said, if it's a difficult message coming in for you from someone or something, just release judgments about it and move on, because the new thing that is being created for you will be better. And same, it works the other way as well. Whatever you are giving out, whatever message you are giving out, do it with compassion, so that it is better received than putting it in another way, which is not going to go down well. But it could also be to do with contracts or documents or something of that nature. Then here at the bottom of the deck for the goddesses, it's Una, easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. This can be very much about something which you are slowly moving into. So it's a transition. So this could be, as I said, there's transition here in your chart already. It's existing there now. So this could be perhaps part-time work, or something else which you're busy building up now, and you're leaving an existing situation, you're moving into this new situation, whatever it may be. It could even, as I said, it could be work related, or it could be to do with a relationship. Who knows? You must see what is appropriate for you. But it's saying don't make any sudden moves at this time. Just slowly exit what it was that you were involved in and move into the new thing. Allow this to unfold, because there is no need to hurry or force things to occur. Everything is occurring as it should, in perfect timing, divine timing, and you just need to stay the course and follow your own inner guidance, and don't panic. Everything takes time to be nurtured, whatever it may be. So nurturing and doing what is right for you, doing what you're passionate about, and doing what is close to your heart, what makes you feel good, inside, to bring you that inner peace and inner calm, and then you will be able to navigate this period at this time. And then here we have astrologically, part of fortune, increase, lovely card, beautiful card to have. It's got very good things going with it. On the whole, it really is about accessing hidden talents and abilities that you have, that you were born with, or that you've brought into this life from previous lifetimes, but you haven't really focused on them, or you haven't acknowledged them, or they just haven't been apparent. So it's almost like your pot of gold that at your end of a rainbow, it was there, but you just never got there. But it's about harnessing those talents and abilities. So something may rise through a karmic trigger of some kind, some talent or an ability or whatever it, or skill may start to rise up in you. And you will start to notice it. and then you can start to hone it. So that whether that's through study or some kind of focus that you're going to apply on that, but you can actually harness that ability or that talent or skill or whatever it is to help you move forward. So it's about that. It's a stirring of the waters to release that in you. But it's also about receiving gifts or rewards or recognition. And this is already coming up. You've already had this recognition coming in for you, some sort of abundance coming in for you. But it's also about recognition. So something, is going to come in for you. Some sort of trigger, but it is very much about receiving as well, and being able to harness what it is that's coming up for you and use it to move you forward. But it's a lovely card to have, and it really does can open a lot of doors for you, but you will need to harness it and hone it and make it work for you at this time. But it really is, about moving ahead and good fortune smiling on you at this time. Okay, Aries, hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. I wish you a wonderful month. And if you are still in lockdown or you're still isolating, take the time to do everything you can to contemplate what your next move is going to be now. And take care. See you next time.